Right, I know there's a big debate about back purging or not back purging and stuff like that, but just forget that for the minute because I'm going to be doing a separate video on a new machine I'm getting where I'm going to explain all this and actually do a slightly different way of actually doing it with back purging, showing you what that's all about. And yeah, so this is just kind of a different video, you know, different ways of doing it with different machines. So rather than trying to, you know, say something down in the comments, just watch the video and we'll do another video and then you can comment. Sorted. Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video. Now we are going to turn all this into a full exhaust system for Brian's car. He had an exhaust system on it, but he wasn't happy because he basically welded it when he was 17 and he said he wasn't happy. So we've got new equipment now and we're going to make a complete exhaust system for his car. We're just going to make it more professional in the sense of we've got, you know, special couplings and flanges so it can be disconnected rather than just one piece. And you know, he had it the way he had it before. He had basically like 45 degrees and we've now got, you know, obviously like a rounded 45 degrees. It's just going to be a million times better. You can see the new parts are putting in compared to the old parts because we're going to use new and old, and we're going to get it all sorted. What we have to do is, as you can see, this pipe isn't straight, it kind of bends off to the side. So when we weld our new flange on, because we want it to be straight, we're going to slightly offset the flange slightly so it brings our new exhaust out completely straight. We're also moving the wideband sensor up here to a better place. So this is going to look like it's been welded on wrong, but it's actually welded on straight, but it's going to look wrong, if that makes sense. Brian hasn't noticed his mistake yet. He's tacked that in place, but he hasn't put this on first because this is the flange that meets up with the manifold, and he hasn't spotted it yet. Should I say something, or should I just leave it? Right, so what we've done is we've just welded the first band actually on there. That's still, oh no, that's just the way the camera is. I thought that was still hot, but it isn't. So, because what we've got to do is we've got to put the pipe on the back. Now, depending on how we put the pipe on the back, this angle that we haven't welded on this flange will change. So the exhaust will kind of kick up and down.
Attack on the top ring, so
yeah,
it can...
because we need to be able to move it. So the second piece we put in now is going to be our pipe, and as you can see, we might need to move it up or down depending on how it fits through this tunnel, whether we want it, you know, further up, further down, left or right, and then it's going to come around and go over the back axle. Right, as you can see, this is why we haven't welded the other end now, because as you can see, we need to center this exhaust and put it up. That will give us the proper angle for this, and then once we've got the proper angle for that, we can weld that in properly. Now look at that, absolutely perfect. So we've got our angles spot on to what we need for this particular job, and now we can weld everything kind of properly on this side and then work out our angles, or work out our angles and weld everything. Doesn't really matter, but that is now done. Right, as you can see, we're getting there, but what we're doing is we're going from the other side now, just so we can see what exactly we have to do. We've got another V-bang clamp there so we can separate the back box. We've got a V-bang clamp just there so we can separate the middle part as well. But as you can see now, we just essentially need to join this to this pipe here. So we're going to need a few more angles and straights and all sorts, but eventually we are going to be getting there, and it's going to be essentially a full custom made stainless steel exhaust. Sorted. Right, this is why you only tack it as you're doing it, because this needs to be lifted up there slightly more, and as you can see, we're essentially going to be hitting the body there. So what we're going to do is we're now going to cut this tack, twist this down a little bit, 10 degrees,
yeah.
And that will then allow us to put the exhaust further up, but it will give us more clearance here. But as you can see, we are really close now to actually matching all this up. Right, and there we go. We have it completely in. It's only tacked, not done. But as you can see, the exhaust completely and utterly in.
Half done.
Sorted, yeah. A third done. Right, and there we go. The exhaust is now off, ready to be welded properly. Well, welded by Brian anyway. Right, it's very important when you're doing something like this to get your stall set up. So as you can see, what Brian has done, he's got our workbench, Frank, and sitting down, he's got the lead over his shoulder because it just takes the weight off, and it allows him to actually weld this, you know, as comfortably as possible. It's going to take a long time to weld this, and you want to be as comfortable as possible to get the nicest job possible. So we're going to let him weld that, and then we'll check in on him from time to time. Now there is a big debate also whether to back purge or not back purge and stuff like that. We're not going to get into that in this video. I'll show you back purging in another video when I'm actually doing my kind of back box on the back section of my exhaust, just to go through everything. But you're going to see what the story is. Right, I just wanted to finish off this video, and Brian has now decided he's taken out the engine. So I'm just going to quickly go under here. I'm going to show you kind of the exhaust. You can quickly kind of see it, and it's all done. Custom made exhaust. But now he's taking it back off, well, most of it, to take the engine out. So look, hope it helps. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Don't forget, links up here, links down below. But most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.